Thank you for staying with me. Tonight we examine a major milestone in Nigeria's political landscape. The APC says it has reached 12 million registered members nationwide. The party describes this as a strong endorsement of its leadership and a sign of growing grassroots support. But beyond the numbers, what does this milestone truly represent for internal democracy, party structure, and the broader political space? Is this surge in membership translating into deeper participation and stronger institutions within the party? Or is this simply a reflection of political realignment across the country? Joining me tonight to unpack this is a Lagos State Organizing Secretary and also Coordinator, APC e-registration, Ayodele Adewale. Comrade, thank you for joining me.
Thank
Do
you
I call you
me.
comrade or honorable?
The honorable is meant for people in the National Assembly and State Assembly.
Thank you very much for joining me. So your party is boasting of an expanded membership base. I mean, the last time I had a conversation with Felix Smoker, it was boasting of 10 million registered members. Now we're talking about 12 million. Is this really just about the numbers of political survival, not just about the people?
No, it's about the people. It's about membership of the party, which is also very important. That you take stock of your members, and of course, you identify their demography, and you plug it to their peculiarities, and you plan along that trajectory to make the party very strong. So it's a good thing that it has happened, and more importantly, that the party have moved from the analog way of doing things into a digital space, where getting data become very simplistic. Just a push of a button and you can see whatever you want to see all across the country, even down to the various wards and zones.
I mean, 12 million is a significant number.
Yeah, it is.
So if the APC is attracting millions of members and more governors defecting into the party, I'm sure the party is looking forward to Adamawa State Governor joining the party and more governors tripping into your party. Now, some Nigerians are still worried about a de facto one-party dominance.
Excuse me.
Does your party see a strong opposition as necessary for democracy?
Talking about one-party state, for me that's a distraction, because Nigeria has over 200 million citizens, people within its geographical jurisdiction and all of that. So we having 10 million is just a scratch on the surface. We're hoping to have more people are coming. The e-registration is a continuous exercise, will be a continuous exercise. And as long as that is, we're going to be having more and more and more and more people coming in. So the number will swell. And what that also means is that whenever an election comes up, take for instance the presidential elections, it means that within the first 1 to 2 hours, we are guaranteed of over 20 million voters coming into us, right? Now, if those 12 million plus decide to bring 5 people, so you multiply the number, right? You can see what we have. Now, those 12 millions are also boots on ground, right? It becomes what we call canvassers, right? They tend to canvass for votes, tend to, give information about party activities, the wins and gains of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration along the Renewed Hope programs and all of that. So we have a lot of people all across the nooks and crannies of the country now to propagate the programs and achievements of the administration.
But how does the party balance expansion with maintaining healthy political competition nationally? And I'm going to give you instances. I mean, I remember when Governor Sheriff Oborowere joined the APC, that's a Delta State governor, some of the existing members of the party were on this program saying, oh, the new entrants into the party are now sidelining us, or now we don't have a say, or they are trying to take over the party. And also recently, the vice president has been clamoring, consistently saying, oh, the governors are the leaders of the party in the state. Also, you consider them now saying, oh. And I was also speaking to Felix Smoker, asking him whether in fact the party had said that the new governors coming into the party do not have automatic return tickets. So how does the party balance all of these challenges?
It has been balanced along the charter and administrative procedure
It's an unwritten law, is it?
And processes and protocol of the party, right? The party has a constitution, and that constitution governs everybody, including new entry, right? The constitution provides that the governor of each state automatically becomes the leader of the party.
Is this in the constitution of the party?
It is provided for, right? Now, it doesn't undermine members of the party. And I keep telling people that if you come into a party or if you're in a party and you're not popular or you don't maintain your popularity a long time in that space, you become unpopular. Even those who are naturally surrender their whims and caprices to your leadership, right? We withdraw it and give it to someone else. We've seen it happen several times, even within a ruling party. So that is not to create any fear among anybody. The more the merrier, right? The more the merrier. Maintain the steam that you have, journey together, do things that will draw people towards you, impact on people's lives, and definitely they will support you.
All right. So during this e-registration drive, how was the party? I mean, you're a coordinator. That's me asking you about your experience now. How was the party able to, connect better with young voters, young Nigerians out there?
For me, it was a very privileged and wonderful experience because people were turning out in droves. You can imagine you getting calls 24 hours of the day, people sending you messages, where do we go, what do, we want to join your party. Even people coming from the diaspora, they are calling you that, oh look, we want to join, and you're telling them that, look, you must be here to join and all of these things. A lot of things were really bubbling and all that, and people followed the protocol of the process, and that is why you did not hear of any rowdy situation or rancorous situation or spat of violence here and there. People were very calm to give their data, and their data was plugged on, and of course they got a membership temporary slip in awaiting for the permanent card that they will get and all of that. So this system was very wonderful.
But does it validate or invalidate, the conversation, the kind of talks you hear from opposition political figures when they say by 2027 Nigerians would reject the APC?
You see, the opposition talk, I tend to listen to it, right? I tend to process it, and all of what they are thrown forward were elements and statements of distraction, because we know that what we embarked on is something that will benefit all members of the party, and beyond the party is something that will benefit the nation, right? And within the context of that benefit, right, is something that I believe and the party believe that it's good. So whatever the opposition tend to shoot at, I know that it is a statement of distraction, to distract us from our objective. And it is said that he whose hand is on the plow need not look back. You continue your journey. You listen to them. Don't ignore them. You listen to them, you process the information they are putting out, and once it's not correct, you continue your journey. But once in a while, you also give response to it, to put it in proper perspective. Because a lot of people are also listening, they are watching, right? You put it in proper perspective and you put it out in the public space to knock down whatever propaganda they're throwing at you.
All right, but I wonder how plausible it is to talk about, for the APC to talk about how this registration drive would deepen democracy or strengthen democracy within and outside the party, when some young members of the party do not trust the transparency of next month's national convention. Why do you think they should trust the system?
I don't know where you're getting that statement from, that people are not trusting, right?
I'm not saying people, there are some young members of the party.
That is why I said, I don't know where you're getting that statement from, that some young members are not trusting. Because the process was very open, was very transparent. People were approaching the agents, they'll sit before them, they plug it in, right? For anybody that intend to aspire or what have you, you need to connect with people.
I'm not talking about the e-registration drive. I'm talking your party's national convention is next month.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. There are some groups in the APC asking Mr. President and the neck of the party elders, to uphold the existing zoning arrangements in the interest of unity, equity, and justice ahead of that national convention. I mean, they are practically talking about micro-zoning arrangements on the basis of balance and equity in order to strengthen the party in the state. So I'm saying, why should this come up in a party that says it is all about democracy?
Issues will come up. People will bring out issues. It's for the leadership of the party and well-meaning members of the party to put things in proper perspective for everybody to understand. If some people believe in that particular idea, you put it on the table for discussion, right? You continue to discuss. It's a political organization, right? Even if people have forgotten how we arrived at where we are, you also have the right to remind them and show them objectively what the status quo is and how the journey is and what we have in the charter of the party, right? So discussions will always come up and people will always engage in such discussions.
All right. From your experience at this just concluded registration drive, I believe the party is done with it.
The party is what?
Is the party done with the registration drive?
No.
It's still ongoing.
It is going to be a continuous exercise.
Okay.
Right? What we've just done is to run a particular session of it. We have achieved that, right? The second stage, we now give it open again after the NWC have discussed, right? And the leadership of the party also have discussed, and provision is made, then everything continues. Okay,
so from what it looks like, or from what you've seen tonight, after the president signed the electoral bill into law, it looks like the presidential election would be in January. Do you think the opposition is ready? It was a question I posed to the honorable member, but I didn't know what confused him, but he came back to answer the question. So do you think the opposition is ready from what you've seen out there?
My business is not about the opposition. My core business is about the party that I belong to. If they are not ready, it is to the advantage of my party that they can't put themselves together because they are not clear-cut, clear-headed, right, in organizing themselves and organizing their processes. So my core mandate, my core business is for the APC to continue to deliver on its promises, right, during the campaign period, which again becomes a social, political contract with the people. And we must make sure that we deliver on all our promises. And that is my core business. Right? It doesn't concern me whether the opposition...
If the elections were to hold today,
yes,
would you say your party has done enough?
Of course. If we have not done enough, we won't have 12 million plus members, people still coming to join us, right? There are a lot of projects out there that we've done. There are a lot of programs that we've done that also have helped the people. There are a lot of engagement with foreign countries that we've done that open the space for foreign investment to come, right? For the very first time, you also have a country like United States of America coming to partner with the Nigerian government on security matters to bring training and knowledge and increase the capacity of our men and officers, right, to protect our space. We didn't have that in the past. Look at the NEL Fund. Look at the achievement that the NEL Fund have achieved. A lot of our students are now, being catered for, unlike before, whereby their parents or wards will have to go and sell their property in order to finance their children to school, or some people will have to drop out of school, you understand, because they couldn't pay. NEL Fund have taken care of that. Look at the value chain on the big road project that is ongoing, the Lagos-Calabar Express, the Sokoto-Badagry Express. Look at the value chain along that route and other sectional roads that is being carried out, even in agriculture, in the aerospace. Even one of our opposition is also partnering with this particular administration to also bring in some values there, and so many things. You can imagine a friend of mine was to come to Nigeria, I think within the week. The cost of flight now is just about 700,000 from London to Nigeria, right? Things are improving. The cost of food is coming down, and so many things, wonderful things are happening. So those are my concerns. Those are what the people want, and those are what will ensure our victory in the next election come 2027.
And Mr. President just signed the Electoral Amendment Bill into law.
Yes.
How significant is that for you? And I'm sure you know opposition members would have, tried to calculate when the president would sign that bill into law just to favor the ruling party, because expectedly out there, they say many of those electoral reforms are made to favor the political class, especially the ruling party. So how significant is that for you, and especially the speed?
I don't expect them not to say anything, right? That is their work. They will continue to say something. But part of what the reform that came in is the direct primary thing. For me, it's a wonderful achievement. It means that if you're truly, truly popular amongst your people, right, you don't need some people to not be in between to determine your faith. It means that you go direct to the people, you speak to the people, and the people come out in droves to support you. For me, that is a big milestone, especially for people at the grassroots. So all you need now is your mouth, your pen, your paper, and your brain to connect with people along your programs. And if you have been a community person over time, the people have learned to trust you, and they know that you will bring about what you represent without people carrying money or anything. For me, that's a big achievement.
But I'm sure some politicians would still find that very hard to abide with. But quickly, a lot is happening ahead of the 2027 elections. And let me take you up on this recent one that's just happened in the last 48 hours. It's the Malam El-Rufai versus Maram Nuribadu. Both men have had this long-standing, complex political history. What exactly do you think is happening? Is this about governance? Is this about succession politics or settling old scores? What do you call it?
Well, all I would say is that someone has alleged, someone is calling on the allegee to prove the allegation, and they are taking the matter to court, right? So let's wait for the outcome of whatever happened within the judicial space, then we take it on from there.
But what does it say about the political class? Where do political leaders draw the line between politics and national security? El-Rufai is a former member of your party, a chieftain of your party, and is boasted of tapping the communication lines of Nigeria's national security advisor. This is clearly a breakdown at the highest level of security. What exactly would you say, or where exactly would you say political leaders should draw the balance between politics and national security?
The act of tapping into somebody's line or tapping into somebody's private space or workspace is a criminal activity, right? And it must be treated as such. And I believe that our law frowns against that, right? And I feel that the National Security Advisor should follow the matter to the end to make sure that people don't do such a thing. We're talking about national security matter. You don't take it lightly, right? You don't take it lightly. Those are capital offenses, right? Or capital offense, as the case may be. So the National Security Advisor should take that matter up decisively, and that's what I would say on it.
You must have heard Nigerians who have said, if this actually occurred, it means we are in a bigger mess. So what message do you have for Nigerians who fear that elite political battles are gradually undermining national security?
I would not call it a political battle.
Is it not?
I won't regard it as that. If somebody have taken it upon itself, give politics aside. You've taken it upon yourself to go and tap the line that protects us as a people, right? You've gone out of way. you've gone out of way. You cannot even tap an individual's line. It is wrong. For you now to tap into that space, you've gone out of way. So the judiciary should take up the matter and make it very speedy.
All right. Lagos APC Organizing Secretary Ayodele Adewale, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
so
having
much. Please
me.
have a great evening.
And you too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. But that marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It's important to tell you that the views and reactions of our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. You can also watch the repeat broadcast of this episode at 12:30 a.m. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke Olatunji. Good night, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow.